Traveling to Vancouver and BC's south coast in the summertime is truly immaculate and has some of the best vacation spots in all of Canada. Some of these spots include Whistler, the Sunshine Coast, and the Southern Gulf Islands. Today, I'm off to Salt Spring Island, the largest of the Southern Gulf Islands, for a little getaway. The main way of getting there is on BC Ferries, either from Tsawwassen on the mainland or Victoria from Vancouver Island, and there's also a ferry from Crofton, which is closer to Nanaimo. Seeing as I haven't had lunch yet, Tsawwassen Key is a great place to visit before you're sailing. There's tons of last minute shopping, not to mention a wide variety of different food cuisines to pick from. Seeing as I wanted to eat on the ferry, I just got a slice of pizza. In the terminal, there's also a nice small park area with tons of seating. This area is great during the summertime.
Your attention please. All drivers, vehicle passengers traveling to Victoria, please return to your vehicles. We are now loading. Once again,
The ship taking us over to Salt Spring for the next hour and 40 minutes has just arrived, so boarding will start shortly. Boarding is usually done about 15 to 20 minutes before departure time, and an announcement is made. Although, it does eat up a decent amount of time loading up the vessel. While that's happening, let me give you a quick rundown on how tickets work for BC Ferries taking a vehicle on board. Normally, you can just drive up to the ticket booth and purchase a ticket then and there, but you're essentially on standby for the next available sailing. That's fine in the low season, but there can be multiple sailing waits during the busy season, or even on long weekends. You can make a reservation for a $15 fee, and it guarantees that you'll get on that sailing, which is ideal for the summer and other high travel periods. Only caveat is you have to show up at the terminal 40 to 90 minutes before departure time, otherwise your reservation won't be honored, so if you're stuck in traffic, you're kind of out of luck. Also, sailings are subject to weather conditions and unexpected maintenance, like the Queen of New Westminster, which is docked next to our vessel. Anyways, here's our ship for today's sailing, the Salish Herron, the newest and last of the Salish Class Ferries. It was built in 2020, originating in Poland, and operates in the Southern Gulf Islands. The coolest thing about this ferry is the upper car deck is for overheight vehicles, while the lower deck can be used for regular cars, unlike today where the sailing is relatively light. Normally, this is the other way around on the larger ferries. BC Ferries is very consistent across their whole fleet in terms of deck layouts. The gift shop and coastal cafe are merged into one area, yet are separate. There are also workstations which are nice to have on typically a leisure route. Along with the standard seating area with TVs and vending machines. The seats are nice, wide, and spacious, but they don't recline. There's also some info about some First Nation art, which is painted on the side of the vessel. The gift shop has apparel, magazines, and other confectionery items that you might need during the sailing. One of BC Ferries' biggest flaws is there's no Wi-Fi anymore. Like, they had it in the past, but it was decently slow and unreliable. I'm honestly not too sure why they haven't made efforts to bring it back, as satellite Wi-Fi is more cheaper and reliable than ever. Views are great and all, but having internet in certain areas where cell reception is spotty is a good thing to have. We've gotten pretty lucky and haven't had too much forest fire smoke here in the Lower Mainland this summer, but when I was filming this right after Labor Day, it got a bit hazy. This is the most vessels I've seen at one time here in Tsawwassen, with large BC Ferry ships all within the port area. There are a lot of ferries here tonight. Crossing briefly into US waters and across the Salish Sea or the Georgia Strait, whatever you want to call it, now is a good time to grab an early dinner, as the views get better later on in the sailing. The Coastal Cafe has a great selection of food to choose from compared to maybe 15 years or so. I went for the bacon cheeseburger along with a poutine. Not as good as the one I had a couple months ago from Victoria, but it was still pretty good nonetheless, along with some amazing views. As we enter Active Pass, the first of two horns sound off. Sailing through here at sunset is some of the most beautiful sights I've seen in a long time. The one thing that goes very underrated about this ship is how absolutely quiet it is. I'll even raise the audio here, and it's almost dead quiet. It's so quiet, I didn't even have the volume up on max for the Channel 5 Crip Mac conviction.
A lot of people just want to know this shit. Filmed a video with him. The video went viral. A lot of people liked it, enjoyed it, saw it.
If getting on and off the island quicker is needed, Harbour operates 3 to 4 flights a day between Salt Spring and YVR Airport, also to downtown Vancouver as well. As the sun sets on the horizon, we pull into Long Harbour on Salt Spring Island. I know BC locals typically don't like sailing with BC Ferries, but I find the sailing such a relaxing experience, not to mention the great views. Sailing at this time of day, and especially this time of year, is just so beautiful. And I can honestly say it could be a little romantic at times if you're with your partner. But every time I sail with BC Ferries, I always try to take the experience in and just enjoy it for what it's worth. Not too many people get to experience something like this until they get to travel here. So it's nice just to take it all in. I'll even say that taking the ferries in Greece aren't even as nice as this. I mean, yeah, the water's nice and blue and all, but the views aren't the greatest, to be honest. It could be better. And for that, you know what? I'm truly fortunate to be living in this part of the world where it's so naturally beautiful. But here we are in Salt Spring for a great little getaway. Thanks again to you all for taking the time to watch another ferry video. And if you liked it, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. Cheers, and I'll see you in the next video.